Hole 1, par 3, 127 feet. Now, normally I can't, I guess you could do a forehand through that gap there and have it come around to the basket. I can't do forehands. I've never done a forehand during a game, so and I don't really trust it enough to turn that way. So I'm going to go for this gap here and just try to get it straight down there to the basket. That's the only two lines that I see. I don't see anywhere where I can hyzer over there, and I don't see anything else. So pretty much the only thing I can see is try to do a straight shot right down that gap and maybe finish a little. It's going to finish a little left.
Am I doing this vertical or horizontal? Because you started it vertical.
Yeah, vertical. Boom.
Nailed the tree.
All right, hole 2, we have a par 3, 156 feet. Now, there's the basket up there on top of that hill. Now, I could try to hyzer it around this way, but that gap is so small. And so I usually try to throw it through this gap, and I try to put a little anhyzer on it. Usually it ends up actually missing and going off that cliff on the left. So I'll try the hyzer this time. All right, this is hole 3, par 3, 156 feet again. Basket is right up there through that. And the only shots that I see are straight ahead at it, or right here, a hyzer on to the right. I mean, I don't have a shot. If you had a forehand, I guess you could send it up there with the hyzer to the left, but I try to go right up the middle typically. And I think right now, I'll try to hyzer it a little bit.
Nice shot.
Hole 4, par 3, feet 197. You just says 175. Hole right there, straight down, lots of trees either side. Typically, I just try to go straight down there with like a Mako 3. You can try to hyzer, I suppose, through that line there. That's a really narrow gap if I had a forehand, which I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hyzer that with, I'm going to go ahead and use a harp. Bad line. Bad line. It went straight. All right, par 5, or hole 5, par 3, 157. I just go straight at it. I don't see any other open line besides going straight at that as a beginner. Unless I had a forehand, I could go, I guess, to the left of that tree, but really it just looks like the middle, right through that tunnel, is the best option.
Forehand. Left of that tree is still a lot. You'd have to have a real stable disc and a real gentle throw.
Hole 6, par 3, 190 feet. We've got the basket right through that gap. A little bit of a low ceiling because of those branches, so really it's a tunnel shot. That's the only shot I see. I mean, I suppose you could go over that big gap there, through that gap, and try to hyzer it steeply, but I think you should just go straight at it. And I don't see any other gap big enough to hit. Let's see. I'll use my Mako 3. First available. Hole 7, par 3, 234 feet. Hopefully this shouldn't be an issue for me.
I wouldn't imagine so.
Wow, let's skip. All right, hole 8 is a par 3, 152 feet. We got this limb overhead blocking a lot of Dominic shots. Basket just behind those trees on the right there. You know, not a lot of lines besides going straight at it or going out here to the right and hyzering it in, or, you know, for people that have forehands over there. So I'll try to just put it right kind of there in the middle of that big gap there, and then just kind of let it fade over. Also, this is a hole you can go Simon Lizotte, and if you can blast it past, the out of bounds is right behind the basket. So if you blast it past the out of bounds, you'll guarantee yourself a par because there's
I had the idea before him.
no drop zone.
I had the Simon Lizotte idea before Simon Lizotte had it himself on this hole. Oof.
Garbage. All right, last hole, hole 9 is a par 3, 235 feet. The basket is actually right there. You can see it just over that hill, right where that lady is walking there and that kid. So what I usually do is throw, when I get closest to it, I throw something out just around this area and have a big hyzer over. I've gotten really close that way with like a river and a T-bird. Never really gotten close through this or through that gap straight or through the other one. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna do a T-bird and again try to just go right over there and then fade around. Okay. Beep, beep. Ready?
Mm-hmm. I think it was good. Did it get stopped by a tree?